What is up, guys? It's Brandon here, and today I'm going to be talking about a pant I made. In the last video I made a hoodie with this hydro dip theme that everyone's been doing on YouTube. This time I'm going to take another little trend from YouTube, which is the galaxy painting, and do that on a pair of pants, which I'm wearing right now, but you can't see because of the positioning of the camera. So my goal with this pant was to take the trend of galaxy painting and incorporate it in a piece in a way that made it look not just like an art piece, but more like a piece of clothing with art incorporated into it. And so, first of all, I needed a setup, and I live in an apartment. I do not have a studio, so I had to make do with what I had, and I used my kitchen island. So I wrapped that all up with some plastic thing that I had from when I moved here, set up the table, had it all covered up, and then I placed my pant across the table and taped off the areas that I didn't want paint on. From there, got my paints ready and started painting. And shortly after I started painting, I realized that I had made a very big mistake that put me back a lot of time. And that was that I did not prime the area. I did a lot of this. So I didn't prime the pant, and big reason why that's important on this pant is because the fabric that I'm using for the pant is very absorbent. Didn't know that was gonna be the case, but it was. It's not a canvas, so the paint doesn't just bounce off of it. It's a stretchy fabric that's kind of like cottony. So it just started soaking up all the paint that I put on it. And so I decided to just go over the entire area and just have that all covered up so that I could let that dry and start over again. Once I had an entire layer all dried up, I started using different colors and different combinations to form the planets that I wanted to have all over the pant. And I did that by combining different colors in different ways, and I tried to use this certain technique that I saw in most of the videos that I used as a reference for this. And what they did was they took a piece of plastic, they crumpled it up, and they would use that to put details on the pant. But as I mentioned earlier, this pant was just absorbing everything. So every time I tried to do that, it would just push the paint into the fabric, and it was not fun. Anyway, had to get creative with that whole problem. So what I did was I started to splatter paint in different colors onto different parts of each planet. And that seemed to work just because the paint would float on top of the paint under it instead of soaking into it because I was not pushing onto it. So that worked. Got some planets looking kind of like planets, put black in the areas where so it looked like I had shadow from a certain side, from the dark side, and then towards the stars I had some more white, so it looked like there was light reflecting off of the planet from the stars and all that stuff. Did all that, covered up the planets with these little pieces of cardboard that I made in circles so that I could have planets. Got those covered, and I started working on the sky around it. The main player of this was this streak that I had going from where the right pocket was all the way down past the left leg. I had a streak going from right pocket to left leg and around the back. That was the main detail. That would be the thing that would draw your eye, and most of these galaxy paintings, they had something like that, a very concentrated bunch of stars, and that would be like the light source for all the planets. So started working on that, made that a little more apparent each and every time that I went over it, giving it layers and layers until it started popping. And around it, what I did was I sprayed different colors just to give the sky a more dynamic look, give different colors in different areas. And I've splattered a whole bunch of stars everywhere, mostly around the little streak that I had, so it wouldn't look like a line. And then I had a Galaxy. That was about it. Waited for it to dry. Took my pieces of the cardboard off. Then varnished with a clear coat. Varnished again with a clear coat. Varnished again with a clear coat. Because remember, this fabric is very absorbent. And then just varnished again. And then it was done. Let it dry. Took off all the pieces of tape. Satisfyingly. I don't know if I recorded it, but if I did, I would put that over this talking piece. And from there I had a finished piece. Galaxy pant complete. And I like the way it turned out because it doesn't look like a painting on a pant or a painting pant. It looks like there's paint incorporated into a nice pair of pants. And that's the way I wanted it to be. So, if you want to learn more about the actual pant and the process behind that, I will be making a video for that after this one. And that will be up next week, just because I need to be putting up more content. And these pants take forever to make, so I need to drag it out as much as I can. So next week, you're gonna see how I made the pant. If you can't wait till next week to see me again, because I'm such a cool guy, then I'll be live. I'll be live on YouTube. I go live for about 30 minutes every week at, let's say 12. I'll be on at 12 this Thursday if you want to come hang out and see what I'm up to. And you'll be in the know about what's coming up next. I'll keep some things secret, but you'll get some clues. So if you want to do that, you can join me on a live, hang out with me, see what I'm up to, or you can add me on Instagram, which would be nice too, at Brandon Made It, because I made it. Didn't make it yet, but I'm making stuff so that I can make it. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope I wasn't too corny. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. All right. See you later.